name is Nicole, and today we are going to go otter ice fishing. And for this activity, you are going to need your salt, and I poured mine into a little cup, but you can use yours from the bag. You're going to need 3 types of string that were provided in your bags. You're going to need some water, and I happen to just put mine in a pitcher, but if you have a cup, that's okay. And then you're going to need some ice and a bowl to put your ice in. So, for this activity, we're going to explore a little bit about science and how ice melts and how it cools. And our goal is to try to use our string that we're going to put on our ice, and we're going to use our salt to help make our ice melt. And hopefully, it'll refreeze and the string will get stuck to our ice and we'll be able to pull it up. So that is our goal, but we're gonna do a little science experiment and see which of our 3 strings works best for this activity. And for this, it's gonna take a little bit of patience, and we are doing an experiment, which is a scientific plan to determine something or discover something new. And so when we are experimenting, sometimes we need to try it multiple times to see how it's gonna go. So if it takes you a couple different tries doing this activity, if you have to get new ice or new water, that's okay. So don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. It's gonna take some time and some practice to figure out that right ratio. So we'll see if I can get it on my first try too. So first I'm gonna add in my water. And I'm gonna kind of mix it up, and I might have added just a little bit too much water, so I'm actually just gonna dump some back in because I want to be able to see my ice cubes. My water's getting nice and cold. So now that I have like that, I'm gonna start with my purple string, and no reason really other than I just like the color purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that in here, and I'm gonna set it on one of my ice cubes. And then I'm not sure how much salt I want to add, so I'm just gonna add just enough. I'm gonna start with that theory of less is more and go from there on how much kind of gets it to stick. And so in this experiment, my salt is going to lower our melting point of our ice and cause our ice to melt. But hopefully with all of the surrounding ice, it's going to refreeze, and my string will then be stuck to it. So let's give it a few more minutes. I'm kind of just looking at it, looking at my salt crystals. I'm noticing that they're starting to dissolve a little bit in there. And we'll see if it's stuck, and if it doesn't, maybe we'll try a different piece of string and see how that goes instead. After it all, it is an experiment, so we're trying to see what works best. Oh, so it didn't work, but my string kind of stuck just a little bit. I noticed that my string stuck a little bit. It even left a little bit of an indent on it too. So I'm kind of just gonna slush around my water in there. Add a little bit more. And this is your experiment, so you could even take notes on what you did each time to try to make it work. So I'm gonna move my water around to kind of hit that ice and see if this time, if it works just a little bit differently. And voila, we were able to catch a piece of ice. And so I had to hold mine on for about a minute, and I noticed in my experiment that I needed to add a little bit more water too, so that way my ice was submerged a little bit more. So you guys can have fun with this experiment and try with different types of yarn and string and see which one works best for you.